Hi, I'm Pastor Tim, and this week we've been looking at Jesus' life during Passion Week. And today, we're going to look at what Jesus did on the Wednesday before he went to the cross. Now, on Wednesday, Jesus isn't actually recorded to do anything specific. It's an interesting day during Passion Week. Most likely, he hung out in Bethany with his friends and family, and they just enjoyed each other's time together. But what probably happened on Wednesday is when the religious leaders started to plot against Jesus. You see, yesterday we found out that Jesus kind of put him in their place when he went to the temple with all of his teachings, and so they really wanted to get rid of him one way or the other. And this was probably the day that Judas snuck away from Bethany, did his own 2-mile hike to Jerusalem to meet with those religious leaders. You see, Judas met with them to figure out a way to take Jesus down. And Judas even betrayed Jesus, his leader, someone he had spent 3 years with, for 30 pieces of silver, which really wasn't all that much. Now, there's not much more to this story, but there is a lot to think about. You see, Jesus was enjoying friends and family in Bethany, maybe even in a small space like you're stuck in right now that you've kind of going crazy a little bit for the past couple of weeks, because I know I have. But one of the other things is that there were a lot of things going against him outside of his own little house with his own friends. And sometimes life can feel like that. And one of the cool things we look at this story is that how God works when there's things around us that might cause us to get frustrated or to fear or to wonder why these things are happening. You see, the religious leaders and Judas, they were plotting against Jesus. But Jesus was enjoying time with his friends and family. But the cool part of this story is that it was all part of God's plan. You see, even these negative things, these religious leaders and Judas, all of those things were working to take Jesus to the cross, which is exactly where God wanted him to go. Because Jesus going to the cross is the most important part of any story that we read in the Bible. It's the story about how God does a work of love and forgiveness for all of mankind. And one of the encouraging things that we can take away from this story is that when we don't know why things are going the way they should be, when we are getting frustrated with our brothers and sisters and family because we've been stuck in the house way too long, when we don't know why certain things are happening to our family maybe far away, we do know that God works things for his good. And we do know that God continues to show his love toward us, especially when we call out to him. So here's a little challenge for you for today. I want you to take out a pen and paper, and I want you to write some of the good things that have happened while you've been stuck in your house these last couple of weeks. Maybe you've got a chance to grow closer to your brother and sister. Maybe you've got to eat some really good food that's a lot better than that school food. I bet there's a lot of things that you can think about that you can be thankful for, seeing the good in this current situation. Thanks for joining us for Wednesday of Passion Week. We hope you have a wonderful night, and we'll see you tomorrow.